Damn. Greetings from Mo and Bud at the Nethering. This is the start of a new adventure in the Nethering, our system for generating Dungeons & Dragons adventures with dice, imagination, and a veritable almanac of tables. Bud and I are trialing role-playing 2 characters each, so we have a party of 4. Up to now, we've only game tested on solo and 2 character parties. For a bit of a theme, we've made up our foursome as a group of performers in a travelling circus who are drawn into an adventure we will call the Circus of Vengeance. I'll introduce the adventure first, and then we can get into the gameplay. The entire adventure is unique, created from scratch with the Nethering. Let's begin. The Royal Circus travels around the Kingdom of Durran, ostensibly to entertain the villagers, but the King's taxmen accompany it, and taxes must be paid before the carnival begins. There are many acts in the circus from all over the kingdom: singers, poets, creatures of amazing strength and finesse, athletes attempting death-defying feats, and bouncers, in case any clowns try to join the show. No one likes clowns. A few years ago, a young woman and a dapper older gentleman joined the troupe. Rosie Mistletoe is a young monk, young for a wood elf that is, and she performs in the circus as a dancer, an acrobat, a trapeze artist, a tumbler, and a perfectionist in all of these. She has a sharp tongue that sometimes gets her into trouble. She would, however, do anything for her friend, Melvin. Mysterio the Magnificent, or Melvin to the people he owes money to, is a Lightfoot halfling wizard. He performs illusions, conjuring mighty apparitions, putting on spectacles of light and smoke and disappearing from inside boxes. This last act has come in handy many times in Melvin's life, for his sarcasm and scornful mouth, and his habit of being the last one seen near money that later goes missing, tends to light the ire of dangerous folk. This happened once too often, and now Melvin must protect himself and his friends from powerful enemies he once fleeced, though he is confident they cannot fool him as he fooled them. Melvin knows Rosie's mother, and he promised to her that he would take care of Rosie. Then last year, a new pair of performers joined the troupe, a huge half-orc to replace the last strongman who developed a hernia, and a sharp-eyed knife-thrower that came with her. Atlassa is a half-orc fighter, but in the circus she lifts carts, juggles dwarves, wrestles an owlbear, and snaps chains in twain. She is at heart, however, a gentle giant. She lives for justice, protecting the weak, enforcing fairness in the capital letter of the law. In civilization, in the red torchlight of back-alley taverns, her vows are weakened by strong drink and other vices. Closest friend is Gastro the Astounding, a stout halfling rogue with a heart of bronze. Gastro's act includes making impossible shots with his short bow, skewering apples in precarious locations with crossbow bolts, and, in a new act, throws knives at Rosie as she is secured to a spinning disc. Constantly distracted by her pretty face, Gastro tries his charm on Rosie, and her savage disparagement of him was so cruelly precise that he was awed by the poetry of her insults, and they became firm friends. Gastro is vain and self-centered, and all he really asks of life is to be rich, honoured, and respected by all. We start in the Hag's End. The circus has been in the village for a week when our troupe hear of a wedding gone awry. We will begin the gameplay here.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Didn't wake up screaming from my afternoon nap.
Always a plus.
But anyway, we better introduce ourselves. I'm Bud from... whatever.
And Mo Melancholy. High energy, Mo Melancholy.
Let's kick this show on the road, I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose first is the call to adventure, isn't it?
That's the one.
We'll determine
So-
the quest type. roll or choose? I reckon just take a random one, eh?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
You're going to hit the d20.
Here I go. Oh, that's what we haven't done before. 11.
Rescue the captive.
Rescue the captive. Okay. 7.
Star vexed lovers.
Oh, okay, that should be all right.
I don't
Page
remember that
31.
one. Read the blurb. The feud with the village across the bridge had not begun with the Reeve. It had been handed down from the Reeve's past like an heirloom, but he continued it as if he had sworn an oath upon it. Lo, and upon one day when the smith dragged the scoundrel priest from across the bridge into the Reeve's office, the Reeve took the priest by the collar and bade him repeat what he had told the smith. Your son came to me and asked me to marry him to the daughter of the Reeve across the bridge, the priest told the Reeve. Marry him into that family of blackguards. Tell me you set him aright. The priest fidgeted, and the smith shoved him. Speak. Your son paid me in silver, said the scoundrel priest. I knew naught of the feud between your families. I married them in the old temple on the island in the river. Alas, this is ruin, said the Reeve, slumping back in his chair. Tell the Reeve the rest of your knavish story, said the smith. There is more treachery? Asked the Reeve. The scoundrel priest coughed. After the vows were made, a great brute of a creature came up into the temple from a pit beneath, together with a party of more of his kind. It snatched the bride and groom and dragged them down to its lair. It was all I could do but run for my life. My son is lost, cried the Reeve. Wilt thou heed the call? Oh, that's not a bad little story.
I reckon that one will do. The dungeon type is a sanctorium, so sort of a religious-y, culty sort of thing. No artifact. Villain is a villainy is overlord. Okay. The delegator is that'll be the Reeve. You got a 2 to deliver. Are you rolling up the villain?
The villain epithet.
Epithet. Okay, cool.
The killing. That is a very promising start.
The killing butterfly.
Beast.
The
Oh,
killing,
wow.
the killing
The
beast.
killing beast. Done that bit. Denizens is the next one on the list.
Don't we get to learn what type of beast he is?
Yeah. I didn't scroll down. Villainy. We've got Overlord, so it
That's
says here on
true.
page 240. The Overlord knows that their veins flow with the blood of gods, and that the only place for people to be is on their knees worshipping them. Presently they have assembled a small following. They eye the many kingdoms and make their plans for domination. Their ambition is boundless. A mad-eye emperor, a cult leader who put themselves in the seat of the deity. A narcissistic sorcerer with a grand egomaniacal imagination. No robe is too grand, no cloth too bejeweled for them. Though given a range of hues, the Overlord will often choose black. Funny hats and headpieces aid their majesty, but it will be the staff or some other vessel of power that they vainly brandish as a symbol of their authority. The Overlord will not enter a melee until the last of their followers has given their life to them. They are brilliant leaders, but as they fail to understand the value of the life, they have their vulnerabilities. So now we roll for breed. 8. Oh, human.
Human.
That's a
Okay.
human one for ages.
A human called the killing beast.
The killing beast. And that's basically it, isn't it?
That's all we learn at this point. Yeah.
Yep. Now, denizens. Denizens are the inhabitants of the dungeon, the soldiers of the villain. Here you will roll to find out what type of creature the denizens are. Okay, so let's roll for denizens. D20. 10. Oh, your favourite. Dock-like halfling ruffians.
um.
Oh, captive and witness. We've got the Reeve's son and
Oh
his
yeah.
newly betrothed. Witnesses the scoundrel priest. And failure, the Reeve's son and his bride die. And we can anything of value other than coins. Wow.
Okay. What are we up to?
I'm going to just ask a question of the oracle. Did that conversation take place at the circus? No. Okay. So maybe we've heard it Did we hear what happened? Did Mysterio hear it by eavesdropping? He is a bit of a Hercule Poirot type busybody.
Mm.
Oh,
Does one of us know the son well? Well enough. Yeah, but that's just, he knows him as much as anyone would know the son of the Reeve in the village, I guess. Uh,
was the son a bit of a ladies' man? Did he fancy Rosie? Aha, he's a bit of a
yeah.
player. So that might be how we heard about it. Bree come to Rosie and said, "Oh, because they must have been talking or something," and said, "I need help. I need help." She says, "Okay, calm down. I'll go and talk to Melvin." Who? Oh, sorry, Mysterio the Mysterious. So that's how we get our in, so to speak.
Mhm.
And we quiz the priest. I'm going to get Rosie to do a investigation check.
So we'll go to the village page.
Yeah, I'm on the village page.
Okay, yep, yep.
Rosie's trying to talk to the priest, but he's a blubbering mess, and she's not much good at it.
Mhm.
No, Mysterio, he comes over and he says, "What's going on? What's going on?" And Rosie says, "Oh, the priest. There's something wrong, and I can't get anything out of him." So, Mysterio, he's going to have a crack at calming down this priest. Let's do a persuasion check. Oh, average. He calms down a little bit. He says, "Calm down, my good man. Calm down. Calm down. What's going on?" And he tells about, and then he starts an investigation. Well, let's see what he can get out of the priest. Ha! So Mysterio calms him down and says to him, "Like, explain what's going on. What's going on? Can't help you if you don't explain what's going on." So he tells about how they married the son in secret in this island, and these creatures took him. So I need help. And of course, oh my good man, of course we'll help. Rosie, where's the back door? Melvin, okay, we'll help, but we'll need help to help. Gastro.
There you go. There's a cleric there. Yeah. What are you with, my good man? What's up? What's happening? What's happening in the world? Tell me. What? Who's he?
There's a bit of an affray in the air,
Oh,
and this poor chap, he's married Reeves' son off.
that's a bit odd.
Well, just let me explain, would you? Oh, Rosie. Gastro, we've got to help him. The Reeves' son has been kidnapped along with the Reeves' son's new bride.
Oh, well, that's not good. Whereabouts? Do we know where they've gone?
And the priest in an island in the river. There's a tunnel there.
This is the island in the river between our two villages. Okay, yes. As everyone knows, the only way that you can get there is by a boat. Is that right? No, wrong.
You can go on the bridge.
Well, the bridge goes. Well, the island might not be connected to the bridge. Well, you can get there by boat, it's saying, but you could just take the bridge. Yes. I didn't know the Oracle dice were smart ass, but apparently they are. Good to know. Right.
That was classic. Mysterious going, well, you can just take the bridge.
Right. So, we take the bridge to the island where these two missing people are. Okay, yes.
And what critters were there? Was there any nasties there? No, the priest says, no, it was no one, and they just got lost.
It's all fine. No trouble at all.
I'm going to do a deception check. Yeah. No, look, I know you're a man of God or gods, but what's your big friend's name? He turns to Gastro.
The mighty Atalassa.
Well, could she just come along just to be on the safe side? And I think that gets us our in.
Well, maybe there were one or two little fellas, a bit like the height of you two chappies there.
You should get Atalassa to do an intimidation check with advantage because, big hulking orc, half orc. We don't have any stats for the priest, do we? He's just a straight D10, isn't it?
No. The village, in the village, there's a page of things. Where is he? The priest or priestess. Well, actually, it's a character from. Yeah, it's a different character. The priest, isn't it?
What's
Yeah.
his intimidation is charisma check, so he's just +0. So let's just go D20. Yeah, no, he's intimidated. Yes, there was some critters, some creatures, nasty looking brutes, huge, massive. I fled for my life. It's all I could do.
Did there seem to be anyone in charge? Did you manage to see if anyone was leading them?
I did hear the words. Now it might mean nothing. It might mean nothing, but I did hear the words, "the killing beast."
Okay, righto. Yep, good.
Rosie walks up to Gastro. Get back.
My lovely Rosie. Anything for you? Okay, right. Very good.
I'll just give him a light crack on the shins with the staff.
Oh, good, very good. Now, this will all be good, just so long as I can plunder any gold that might happen to come along. Is there any good reason why I can't just take all the gold that I find wherever we go? Anyone? Give me a good reason.
This is the priest speaks up. The coins are cursed.
Oh, that's just superstition, I would think, I guess.
Well, you know them statues on the bridge?
Yeah.
Statues on the bridge?
Yeah, lovely bridge. Very, very detailed, very, very lifelike. Yes.
Yeah, they took some of the coins.
Hey, okay, very good. But I guess there might be other things in there that a person who needs a bit of silver to get themselves out of a spot of bother with the local taxation department. I think there might be something in this for me. Besides the actual thrill of bringing two lovely young married couple to freedom.
Well, it's just the coins, yes. Yeah. So you're going to help then? Of course, my good man, Mysterio says. Of course. We wouldn't have had it any other way. He looks back towards the back door of the tent.
Magic man, you're coming with me.
Yes, I'll be there with you, side by side, fighting the swathe of evil that comes against us. These huge, monstrous monsters wouldn't have it any other way.
Good to hear.
Let's go, Rosie says. Enough of this talk.
Yes, that's what I say. Enough of this talk. Not one thing I can't stand is people nattering on all the time, never shutting up, never doing anything, but just going on and on and on about all the sorts of things and the problems in the world. And hey, you coming?
Rosie was staring at Mysterio, so he starts walking off. He looks at the priest. Don't worry, we'll get them back. And then he follows up in the path behind Mysterio.
Okay. Well, I vote that Lassa goes in front, and I think all three of us could probably stand side by side behind her and still be protected from anything that comes our way. Let us proceed onwards.
Mysterio's quite happy to stay behind Gastro, but all of a sudden he gets this big shove from behind. How about brothers in arms, you know? You're a halfling too, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm a stout, though, not a lightfoot.
My cousin's second sister's brother's cousin was stout and quite a good chap.
Ah, that's good to know. My second cousin's third uncle, twice removed nephew, was also a halfling.
And Rosie,
what a world we live in.
Breath. It's going to be a long night. So we've done as much as we can do in the dungeon. In
the village, yeah. All right, set forth on the quest, page 50, go to page 55, the dungeon gateway.
Following directions given them, the adventurers approach the dungeon. They can see, from a secluded vantage point, the entrance to the dungeon gateway. Take a moment to imagine the eerie scene. Well, it's nighttime. Misty moonlight bathing a swamp. Well, misty moonlight across the river, the old stonework of the bridge. The adventurer's objective here is to get through the gateway without raising the alarm, called the threat level. The dungeon gateway is comprised of the elements shown in the map below, which has 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. And we want to go from 1, where we are, to 4. So 1 is the countryside, and 4 is the vestibule, which is the start of the dungeon proper. So we have to get through the threshold, breaking into the dungeon, set the game metrics. So threat level is 1, which we've already got. That delay level has been set. We're at Act 1.
Act 1, yep.
The threshold, and we're in the Sanctorum, so it says go to page 58. Sanctorum, threshold of Sanctorum. The Sanctorum entrance is a set of stairs leading down from the hallowed ground. Roll a d20 to understand the hallowed ground. Okay. So this bridge goes to the island, then crosses, there's a pathway across the island, then the bridge continues on to the other bank. So that's the way I see it.
Yep.
So let's roll a d20 and see how we can tie that in. Ooh, 19. Through the mouth of a titanic statue, there's an old stone head. Oracle, is the head human? No. Okay, it's some beast. So the killing beast. Good grief. It ties in, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so there is no door that blocks the way to the stairway nor any obstacle of the landscape. Instead, a guardian stands before the entrance. Roll a d20. 6. Roll on the dragon monster table for the adventurer's level. Page 216. Another pseudo-dragon. A Pyropteron.
A Pyropterum. That's one of our own beasts that we made up. Well, I've made up.
Oh, you made up. You could have made up an easier name, but...
It's Greek, but yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. It has a little description, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Pyropteron is a bat-like beast the size of a large dog that snorts fire. Good grief. Is that a bat-like beast the size of a dog snorting fire? Sorry, couldn't resist that. That's Mysterio, but I think he's going to launch an attack.
Do you like my map?
Oh, what map?
Oh, maybe you can't see it. Up the top to the right of the circus tab. Maybe you can't see it. Oh, okay. I've drawn a map.
Maybe I don't want to see it.
You'll see it in the video then, anyway.
I can see it, but maybe I don't want to see it. Oh dear. X marks the spot. What?
A non-fungible token on this one.
No, I'm just going to launch a ray of frost straight at the thing.
It would be a friendly fire-breathing bat. Well, shouldn't we, do initiative and play Dungeons and Dragons or something?
This is a surprise round. Mysterio, he's...
Shoots from the hip, that's what he does.
He's scared of every shadow, but... What the hell's that? That's a hit anyway. 14. Yeah, initiative. Okay. Oh, Mysterio. Rosie. I think Mysterio, blasting from the hip, is quite prophetic.
We haven't rolled for Batman, though.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, D20 plus 7. Okay. That looks about right. Oh, lumbering at Lasser's last.
Doesn't have wings, but...
It's the encounter on page 186. Enemy disposition. Predators 2d6. 5. So it is hostile. And it blocks the path. Well, that's good. So it's blocking the entrance.
I've seen a couple of beautiful battle maps with a double-sided bridge and an island. That would probably go well for these.
yeah, I'm going to sell that afterwards.
Mysterio firing from the hip was quite adequate because he got the initiative. So what did I roll? For my Ray of Frost, 14. That's a hit. 4 damage. What's his hit point? 9. So that's 5 left. I'm going to roll a perception check for Rosie. See how... Okay. Well, the standard DC is 15, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say she didn't see the beast, but she saw Mysterio launch straight from the hip. What's that? So she's going to ready an action. If this beast comes near him, she's going to clock it with a staff.
Mm-hmm. From the safety of the bridge, I'm not moving. Gastro is going to loose an arrow from his short bow. Oh! Can't see that missing. So that's
So
two. So it's down to two
2
hit.
hit points.
All right, it's go.
Atalasa. Atlasa.
So it's just Atlas, the guy who holds the globe up on his back with an A on the end.
Mysterio. Okay. Okay. Atlasa. Atlas. Atlasa. Atlas.
Maybe if you didn't drink your own potion so much, you might be able to pronounce a word from time to time.
Look out. And it's going to attack. Now, I think if you've got a readied action, it gets to carry out its action, and then my readied action goes off. I think that's the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Oh, at the end of whatever triggered it, I thought so. So it'll get to attack, and then Rosie's readied action will kick off. So that little beastie will come in and attack.
Probably has a range on its.
It's got melee fighter on your little tag.
Oh, okay.
Fire breath +4, fire damage 1d6 +1, blind sight and keen senses. It can fly 40 feet. Speed is 15 feet on the ground. It might even launch into the sky. Does it go into the sky? No. Oh, it might be too injured. Is it too injured to go into the sky? Yes. Okay. So it gets to attack. Oh, will it attack? What's the morale stuff?
What does it have
It's
a
got a morale
morale?
of 13. It's lost more than half its health.
Yeah. All right. So a D20 if it's
13.
okay. So it's holding ground. So it's in the moment it's in the block path, and so melee fighter, the enemy moves around the adventurer's. No, sorry, that's block path. Well, it's already in the position that it wants to be, so it's just going to attack from there, or at least engage. Or maybe it's injured at wing. Well, let's just roll. If it's high, it'll be breath weapon. Low, it'll be come into close quarters and attack. That's low, so it's going to come in and bite. That can be at lesser up the front, the vanguard. I'll roll on its behalf. But to 2, that's a miss.
That triggers Rosie's action. It's finished its action, I take it.
Mm-hmm.
Then Rosie gets to attack because she goes at the end of its turn.
Oh!
8 bludgeoning. I can do an unarmed kick as well.
You're going to pull a little monkey jump in the air. And...
Yeah, well, she cracks it down on the skull with the staff, and then does she boot it off the bridge? Yeah. Crack. Away it goes. Because I can use a bonus action. If I attack with a monk weapon, I can use a bonus action to do an unarmed strike.
Really?
Pretty deadly, eh?
Well, if you're on the 19s and 20s, it is.
Yep. The dice will never turn. Almighty Oracle, will the dice turn?
Of course they will.
I love it.
It's not even an emphatic yes. It's yes, of course,
So that's one wee beastie, and it's worth 50 XP.
Back to 100%. And put 50 GP in the tally. Actually, you wouldn't be sad if I cleared that drawing, would you?
No. Mysterio is just going to have a little. He's going to try and be deceptive about it. Let's do a deception check. You can try and roll a perception better than that, but he's going to look on the ground to see if there's any treasure. Can we have a look?
What's that? Is that?
I'm just shuffling the feet. Oh, Rosie can see him as well. Does he find any treasure?
Maybe if you take the monocle off, you might see more.
Oh, there it is. 4 gold coins laying in the dirt. Look what I found. Party gold. Oh,
isn't the gold cursed?
Gold-looking gold. Is it old-looking gold? Oh yes. It can stay there. I'm not touching it. So he just leaves them there. Well, ladies first. So we've done the Guardian. The Guardian's watchful, blah, blah, blah. We've done all that. Commence encounter, blah, blah, blah. If they defeat the Guardian, you may follow the stairs 10 foot wide, 20 foot long, and drop in 15 foot down to the vestibule. 59. The vestibule is a hall leading from the entrance, the first room in the dungeon. This is where the players can start to map the dungeon. Let's roll to see what we've got, eh? Start to map out. Roll the table below to begin creating your map. So we've created what we see first. Dungeon lighting. Yep.
A 10. That is pitch dark.
It's dark down there. I'll be able to take care of that. He pulls out a little handkerchief. He wraps it around his wrist, and he casts light on it. Light cantrip. One action. So if he needs to, he can put it in his pocket, and the light goes dark. If we've got to go to the darkness, it'll last for an hour. It gives us a 20-foot radius of bright light, and then a further 20 foot as dim light. So we can only see about 40 feet. Well, us halflings. The dark vision ones can see a bit further. So the elves and the half orc. Excuse me. So that's as far as we can see in bright light, and we can see another 20 feet in dim light, which means any perception checks are a disadvantage.
I think we'll find that pretty hard to be stealthy too.
Well, we've got to be able to see.
Just an observation.
Rose, you're going to tap Gastro on the shoulder, and she said, I think I should go in front beside Atlasa.
I was going to go up front to do all scouting about and all that sort of thing, but I think with my need for sort of Mysterio's light, that my skills won't be that useful anymore. But if we come to a door, just let the adults know. I'll have that thing open in a jiffy.
There's a skill you might have. Rosie's whispering. I'm not sure you'll have it, but I imagine a person of your talents would.
Oh yes, I can talk, thieves cunt. Here, listen to me. Blah 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 blah.
The talent is, can you be quiet?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, she's all mission now. She's focused back to the front.
Okay.
I think the two fighters should be up the front. So now we go to the settings. 60.
Setting. Yeah.
Roll d20 for a room feature. Okay. Bang it away. 9. Collapsed rubble, 10 foot by 5 foot, against a side wall.
Well, we'll make that a side corridor then, maybe.
Yeah. It doesn't block the thing. It's half cover.
Yeah.
We've done the setting. Chamber activity, that's on 60. Well, everything's on 60 now, I think.
Yeah.
Roll d20. We rolled a 1. Ambush. 2 or 3 plus 2 ranged. Oh, that'll be 2 or 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2.
Plus 2.
Ranged fighter denizens attack.
So high roll is 3.
From the front and sides of the doorway. The adventurers are surprised. So, I reckon they're coming from all 3 ways. There's some archers with the rubbles. I might just move that rubble forward a bit. Hang on. Is drawing, Brett. Is drawing.
So there's 7 of them.
The adventurers are surprised. Oh, they get a round to go. Roll on the table below to see where the enemies are. Well, we've already sorted that one out. Initiative. Roll for the adventurers' initiative and the denizens' initiative. But we're surprised. So.
Yeah, but next round.
And I can't even see them, and Gastro can't see them either. I can't see my token. Where's my token? There it is. Boom. Boom. Oh, Atlasa's pretty slow off the mark. Who has the higher dex between Atlasa and the astounding Gastro?
Oh, Gastro.
He'd go before Thingo. You normally go on decks then when they're tied. And
Done
we have a token. Oh, they've got lucky and halfling nimbleness as well.
Oh, it's there twice. I must have made a mistake with that one, so I shall remove that one because that's a mistake. That couldn't possibly be true.
I can't see it, but I'll agree with everything you say.
Oh, that's a trash. There we go. And we resort. No, but anyway, they're in second place anyway, so. Oh, and Gastro goes before Atlas.
So, oh yeah, there we go. They're both on our little halfling, our dock-white halfling sheet. So they can move through the space of a creature that's a size larger than them, but they get lucky roll. So, but they get to go first anyway.
Yeah, it's a surprise round, but and that brings us to the enemy's first turn.
And what's my armor class? 15. Oh, cool. Enemy's first turn. When the Denizens had their first turn, roll an enemy gambit table below, then proceed with the encounter as usual.
The next heading there, so
16. The enemy uses no special tactics.
okay.
So we just go to encounter 186. The actions enemy will be controlled by a simple kind of artificial intelligence which determines the enemy's stance based on their morale. So what is their morale?
11. And I've just rolled a 7, so they're hostile and they're in aggressive attack mode. And you've said that they're ranged fighters.
Yeah, well, they have a sling, but
Yeah, so they're going to go across with the slings. If engaged, they will disengage and move their full movement, finding cover within range. If disengage, they make a ranged attack.
the sling is ranged weapon. So up to 30 feet, they're at normal. 30 feet, it's disadvantage on the roll.
Yep. All right, so they're rolling disadvantage this move. All these ones here on the behind the rock walls, they won't actually have to get out from behind the rock walls to see anything there. Their line of sight. So those guys can't go at this stage if they're staying behind the rocks, which I think they will. This guy, yeah, he might. They might step out. So we might get a volley from the 3 straight down, and then these other 2 step out and step back after they fire or something.
Yep. Well, they're firing up the stairs, so even if the other ones step in front, I think they'll be able to fling them. They're not that short, but they're not that big. That's a 5-foot area, but there'll be space past them to.
Yeah. That's room enough to swing a sling. If I roll high, most of their shots will go for me. If low, they'll go for you. I'm just so high, so I'll get 3 out of the 5 shots, and you get 2 out of the 5.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring up the Docklight Halfling page, and hopefully I can just press buttons and I don't have to think. So 1. Then I'll bet you that's 220s, is it?
No, rather 5.
Okay, and like disadvantage on that. Oh, 22.
4, but they got disadvantage.
Just 14, and I think I'm a 15.
15.
I'm plus 16 of this guy. So that's a miss, and 1 more for me. 19. That's no disadvantage. 3. Yeah. Okay. So that's a miss.
So my go, is it?
Well, you're going to get shot.
Yep. I've got the halfling sheet here, so I'll press it twice. Boom. Boom. It's an 8 and a 4. Yeah. No, their first volley is not much chop.
What's that?
You said 2 of them moved out.
Well, I think they could step out, fire, and step back. I was sort of thinking.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, you can move, do an action, and then finish your movement. Okay.
Okay, so that's the first round. So now it's the second round, and Rosie gets to do something.
Rosie's first, and she can see them.
10, 20, 30, 40, 45.
She sees that as if it's Rosie's. She's going to move forward and take them down to the bottom of the stairs. I was going to do something different, but I won't. I'll do that. That's 35 feet to there. And she's going to launch a quarterstaff at that chap. What's their armor class?
13.
But
Why?
she's going to come around for a kick.
I'm just going to type this in.
That hits. And kicks his head off. So that little one, he dead. Boom, one down. And that's Rosie's go.
Okay, so it's their go. I don't think we need a morale roll at the moment.
It's only one.
At the end of unfolding, they'll continue to fight in the stance. So this guy will actually move out of. Oh well, he disengages.
He'll have to disengage, otherwise he provokes. Actually, I should roll that corridor.
All three, I guess.
Yeah. 4. Oh, it's a corner one. So that's what I see that way.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got straight ahead? What's that one? 7. That's a T-junction. And might as well go the other way and roll it at the same time. 7, another T-junction. There we go. That's what we see. That's what I see. So, Docklord Halfling's go. You said he was going to move away. He's disengaged, didn't he?
He's disengaged, so I guess that's his. Well, let's move him another bit away.
He could move 25 feet, so down to the corner if he wanted to.
Yeah, maybe let's do that because he's there as a ranged fighter. These people are still far enough away that they might just launch a volley, I guess. Well, they all. I think.
Well, do they all launch a volley? No. So some will attack.
Okay.
So how many got there? 5. So let's roll a d20 and divide it by 5. 1. 1 will attack hand to hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other 4 will launch stones. He's come into hand to hand. Some of the others might still launch stones up the tunnel.
A roll high for that guy. Yep, he'll shoot up. A roll high for that guy. Yep. So these two can't. So they'll shoot at Rosie.
Yeah, these 2 on the side corridor.
Yeah.
The 2 down there, they'll fling their stones up at Lassa.
Yeah, I think they might put a bit of distance there. So
they just seen Rosie kick that fella's head off.
Their morale's still up. Unfortunately, all the people attacking you will be not at disadvantage, but these 2 shots will be at disadvantage.
So I'll do the sickle fella first.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hit. So 3. So that puts me down to 7. And the 2 sling fellas now, We'll go 1, 2. Both miss.
Those 2 guys will fire at the big target. Okay. 13. Okay, so that's a miss. That's Mysterio's go. Or Melbourne.
Mysterio. he would have heard Rosie cry out when she got hit. Rosie! And he's going to go charging forward.
Thank God, because I'm going to need that light.
25 feet, and he is going to cast a spell.
Something illusiony?
Nope.
Oh, that looks sleep.
So 19 hit points, starting with those with the least first. So I can affect a spot 20 foot in front of me. So just there. And that gets those 5. So 4, 8, 12, 16. So one of them still stands. So I'm going to say this chap, let's put a little symbol on him. We have a snooze button. So those 4 just fell asleep and that one's still awake. And another one up the other way. I just burnt off the spell slot.
Yeah, I was going to say, just out of character, that's you're not using cantrips up the top, are you? You're going straight for that.
It's a dire situation. There's a heap of monsters there, and Rosie just got a bad hit. So.
Yep. Okay. Good. Well, I don't think you can actually see.
But old mate there, that little halfling that Docklight Halfling there would get partial cover, being increased to his armor class.
Yeah, and he's behind rocks and everything. It's
half cover, it was called, in the rubble. So a target with half cover has a +2 bonus to AC and dexterity saving throws. If it's 3/4 cover, it has +5.
I reckon 3/4 cover because it's around the corner and behind the rocks as well.
He's got the rubble in the corner, so say +5 to his armor class. So his was 13, that'd be 18 armor class.
Yep. All right. See what sort of cunning stunts this guy can pull off.
Oh! Through the head!
Come on, let's make it but he's dead.
Oh, my lord. But this is a lot of fun. That's Mysterio. Good job.
No, that was Gastro.
Oh, Gastro. Was it? Oh, yes, of course. I like Mysterio, I've got to say.
So Gastro goes, the sleep spell's in action. Everyone be quiet. And at last it says, Margot! Oh, shh. So they're all asleep.
So what's Rosie's alignment? Chaotic good. Yeah, okay. And Mysterio's alignment is chaotic neutral. Okay.
Lawful good?
Yeah, I don't think... Oh, there's still one up here, but...
Oh, yeah.
So it's Rosie's go. She's going to chase after him. We're back to the top of the order, and she's going to clock him.
Oh.
So he takes... He takes 12 bludgeoning damage. He's dead.
He's toast.
She didn't look around the corner. So I think that's her go. The sleep spell. Let's go back up in this thinger. Spell it lasts for 1 minute. Gastro might be able to pick up on it. It's the smell of the hint of rose petals. Just at the moment, but it's fading.
Is that the ingredients of...
That's one of them, yeah. They're unconscious. We've just had 6 seconds, so we've got 9 more rounds to go, and then they wake up.
Mm-hmm.
So Rosie's going to come back. I assume we're out of initiative. And she's going to start tying them up.
All right. With 50 feet of hempen rope.
She'll cut some to tie each one. What's there, 4 of them? I'll cut 10 foot off and we'll tie them up, eh?
Gastro goes, I've got some hempen rope too. I've got 49 feet left. If you need it.
What happened to the other foot? No, don't answer that.
It caught fire.
I don't think we need to make any checks for that. We'll just say they're tied up. It's a nimble sort of thing, isn't it? So acrobatics. Yep. Okay, so she ties them up pretty good. I think they're bound. She reaches for a rope and realizes she doesn't have any. Oh, Melvin, could I borrow a bit of rope? I don't have any rope either.
Here, my lady, have by 49 feet of hempen rope.
Just 9 feet. So cut 9 feet off your rope.
9 feet for you. And
that's right, because I rolled for gold and bought my stuff and I didn't buy any rope. There you go, boys and girls. Always stock it in the game. It says to stock in the village what you need, and Rosie should have bought some rope.
And don't select a spell slot of sleep if you don't have a chaotic evil character in your in your team. Okay, let's quietly move on. Do you reckon we get XP for all of those?
Yeah, we beat them.
15 by 7, so 105.
Now that was a pretty good roll. I'm just going to make a note of that here. I just put a little note there. Rosie tied them up. DC 21 if they want to get undone.
The wily knots of a wood elf. And a trapeze artist as well. They'd know knots pretty good, wouldn't they?
Got a bit of injury, so I have to be a bit cautious now.
Head north. It seems less cluttered that way. We don't have to step over anyone.
Watch the body up there. I kicked him into the wall.
Well, let's form this party up, hey? Are you still happy to be up the front, or do you want Gastro to use? He's got some
I'll go up
decent.
front.
He's got some decent AC. How tanky is Rosie? What's her armor class?
15. Rosie will go up the front, peek around the corner there. That's where we're going, aren't we? Up this way?
I reckon, yeah.
I should cast Mage Armor, but I'll save that last spell. Afterwards, Chamber XP. If the adventurers defeat all inhabitants of this room, they gain the following XP. Adventure level 130. Oh yeah, we could search them critters.
Remember the gold.
185. And we're going to roll 7d20.
What's 70-20?
Well, there's seven halflings.
Oh, okay. Right.
3 and 2 are sentimental things. 9, 11, 14, 14, and 8. Oh, 14 is gold coins, but we're not to take the coins, eh? So 3 and 2 is our sentimental thing. 2d20. Oh, 20 and a 17. An off-bitten gold coin and a dry shriveled goblin tongue, and 9 gold coins laying scattered among that mob. But we can't take coins, can we? Oh, we can do a thorough search, but no, or prolonged search. If a thorough search will add 1 to delay level, I don't think we worry about doing any search there. I was going to look for clues. Let the dungeon crawl begin. There are no doors in the vestibule. The adventurers will have to open them before they can pass through them. The corridors leading away go to dungeon crawl, page 68. Enter the tile, reveal the next tile, encounter roll. Roll a d20 and against the threat level. The threat level is 1, so if we roll a 1, there's an encounter.
Two for two.
Yep. Okay. Next tile, encounter roll. If newly loaded tile has doors, roll d20. With no doors, commence encounter on page 186. Otherwise, because we've got no door, roll d20 if the adventurers have not from this file, have set foot on it and have been junction or otherwise. If the roll is less than or equal to threat level, something happens, see corridor encounter. Roll stealth. The adventurers have found they are not alone in the dungeon. There will most likely be an encounter. First determine whether the adventurers were stealthy and darkness carrying a light source, DC 20. Oh, got this one in the bag. Rosie. Nelly.
That's an optimistic nearly. No, it is. I didn't see the pluses on it.
Oh! Mysterio! Where is he? Who may say? Because he is Mysterio the Mysterious. Oh, heavy armor. Look at that. Cool.
Oh, thank you very much. So Gastro
got a 20. So the 2 halflings, you can't even see them. But at lasso, clunk, clunk, clunk. So that's a failed stealth roll.
If all the adventurers succeed in stealth, any creatures encountered on the way, blah, blah, blah.
If any adventure fails, they will have no special advantage entering the encounter. Now we roll perception. Darkness without dark vision carrying a light source. So it's 15. So perception DC 15.
So it's just the one character. So you're leading. Rosie's leading.
I was peeking around the corner. So no.
Nothing. Okay. Failed perception.
Nasty. The encounter has already commenced, and the adventurers are in the thick of it. Sorry. If the adventurers fail stealth as well as perception, any enemies in this encounter will attack with surprise. The adventurers will not be able to make an attack, reaction roll, or move in their first turn. See page 71 for perception failure encounter table. Boom, straight there. So we've got to make a d20 roll. What? No, that's only for tiles to the map layer. Oh, wow. Kick a tripwire, page 87. CE 51, kick a tripwire. Something pulls at an adventurer's shin. Fine wire stretched from wall to wall suddenly snaps. A flurry of darts whiz from the wall in a crossfire. Describe actions for the adventurers. Determine which of their skills best represents the action. Then test that skill against standard DC. The action must be able to be completed within 1 second if it is to avoid the trap. So I pretty much say it'd be Rosie and Atlasa because they were in front.
Mm-hmm.
That's my way of thinking. So Rosie's going to use acrobatics to try and leap out of the way, as is her wont.
Yep.
Yep, so that's success.
Atlasa's just going to sort of drop to her belly and call out to the halflings behind to duck.
Stay back.
Yeah. Is that athletics? Yeah,
That'd be athletics.
I'm gonna do that because it's a strength-based thing, and there's DC 15. Okay, so she doesn't duck in time.
They are hit by 1 or 2 darts, taking 1d4 hit points for each dart.
Okay, so a high roll is 2.
Yep.
So it's just 1. So 1d4, is it?
Yeah.
2. Okay, I can live with 2. She tears it out of her shoulder and snaps it in one hand.
Situation is dealt with. Return to dungeon crawling, page 68.
Well, these duck-like halflings, they're no fools either.
No. So we've done laid the tiles out, done the encounter. Now we can move forward.
Yeah, no, that all works. Get your hand off that D20.
Eh?
You're not rolling encounters anymore, Brett, I'm afraid.
It's been such a long time. Well, I'll roll and it won't count, eh?
Okay, roll and it won't count.
This will not count. Four. Your roll will count.
My roll will count. So what we're up to. We've revealed the tiles, encounter roll. Here we go. And a lovely 10. That's how we do it. Nice and high. 9 above the bad roll. Nothing like a 1.
Oh, 2 1s too, mind you. 5. That's only 25 feet. If I can go a bit further than that, but down to the corner.
So that's 4 turns, and they're asleep for 9, aren't they?
Well, they were asleep for 1 turn during the combat, so they had 9 left. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's 4 turns to get to here. So they got 5 sleepy turns left.
Yeah. So we do another encounter roll, eh? Come to a corner, see?
Yep. What did I tell you about those dice? Your hands on.
Now I got it straight ahead. Dice roll for the corridor.
Mm-hmm.
1 straight. Thank God for that.
Yeah, that was kind of be a pretty short dungeon otherwise. Haven't had a door yet.
Sometimes you just get lots of doors.
Sometimes you get 4 doors.
Oh.
And one that's not simply walk into 4 doors, Brett.
Now we've done that. Now the encounter roll, eh?
We've done. Didn't we just roll an encounter?
No, that was for the.
Okay.
The
yeah.
We're moving on to 17, so there's nothing in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
I still we're going straight ahead.
Yeah. I'll follow that. Well, you can go 35 if you want.
15, 20, 25. Yes, but our little halfling friends can't. So we'll get to see onto the next tile, whatever it is. Oh, here we go. 18. The door to the left. The door to the left, my friend. Is there a guard? No guard. A door. What? A door. Can't hear you. Speak up.
How many doors?
Only 1 door.
Not 4.
1 door. For many years, 1 door is all that has stood between 4 doors. Down the dungeon tile, the guard roll was the encounter roll. 35. She's moving right up to the door, and I can see just to move up to there. And Rosie's going to listen at the door. So we're on page 79, eh? So, dungeon doors are always thick, heavy wood, 5 foot wide, and difficult to listen through. Below are some things that can be done at a door. Is the door locked? 17. The door is unlocked. Rosie whispers to Gastro, "It's unlocked." She's going to try and listen at the door. I don't hear anything.
I have excellent hearing. I used to listen to my second cousin, twice removed uncle's third nephew, when he was whispering to himself in the thing, and remarkably, I never really picked much of it up. That's enough perception.
Yep, we failed perception, but we're going to sneak through.
Mm-hmm.
The door's unlocked. You don't have to force the door.
So we can either sneak in or barge in.
Well, Rosie's going to try and be quiet. She whispers for her big friend. She steps back 5 feet. You first.
So, entering the chamber, they can sneak in or barge in.
Entering the chamber below.
So that means I've got to try. If the door is unlocked, the jar lockpick, they can attempt to sneak in against standard PC.
The door's unlocked.
But she's still got to attempt to sneak.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I just thought that lass would kick the door. Just walk in.
No. She's a gentle giant, Graham.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's. She's a gentle giant with tin cans dangling off the back of her. That I cannot see. Chamber initiative. Roll initiative as follows. Roll initiative as if the enemy are denizens. So we can all roll our initiative now. Add a further 2 if the adventurers failed their sneak in. We did fail our sneak in, so I'll admit. Now they get to add 2, so that's an 11.
Rosie will be above Mysterio, yeah. That cut in her side starting to ache a bit. Chamber initiative. Enter the chamber. Act 1, chambers. To find out, consult the chamber table on the right for the current act. This is the first chamber entered in Act 1. Roll 1d2 to determine the depth. 1d2 will be d20. A 14, so 2. An archetypical room. Archetypical rooms for the Sanctorum. We roll a d6 and add the adventurer's level. So we're level 1. So let's roll d6 plus 3. We have a prison cell, a small and dark room lined with straw and smelling of waste. Roll d20 for the width and d20 for the length. The width and length, 11 and 3. So 11 is 20 foot wide by 20 foot long. So it's a 20 by 20. The room has no features. It's a prison cell. There's no features. 20 foot by 20 foot, d20. That's a 19. Progress. If the current quest have a captive, then the captive is here. Okay, this is where they are.
Chamber activity, roll d20. 11. That can't be bad. The room is dark and quiet. The adventurers see no one in the room. If the adventurers move in the chamber, skip down to afterwards below. Oh, I'll make a placement roll if you like. 17. Oh, right in front of the door. I'll make a roll for the other one. 19, just to the side of the door. So there's one there and one there.
Are they chained to the wall? Yes, they're chained to the wall. Would you roll an 11? The room is dark and quiet. The adventurers see no one in the room. If the adventurers move in the chamber, skip down to afterwards.
Afterwards should also talk about going to the captives, which is on the same page. There's some information about what the captives will do, but we'll get to that. So we can
You're in the room, but not all of us are in the room, eh?
Yeah.
I think El Mysterio would have to come into the room because he'd be feeling very exposed outside.
And we need some light. Well, maybe Rosie's better out there with her improvision. I might bring he might come down there and talk to them. Oh, we get 50 XP. for that room. Where's our Nethering logo? 235. I'll just go to the captives. If the cell contains the captive or stranger, or both, they will implore the adventurers to set them free. Adventurers may parley, but we don't have to parley with these ones. We can just use the oracle. Roll d20. Gastro says, the young lovers, the newlyweds. What are you doing all chained up in here? Well, for all the 15, they know the directions in the dungeon. They can guide the adventurers to one location and then we'll part ways. They will lead you, the adventurers, to the D4th door you come to. Okay, so if we can roll, I'll just roll it now just for the sake of it. If they lead us to the third door, that will take us to where we'd like to go if this story develops a bit more. So, like that might be the turning point to the next act if we wanted to keep going. So do we want to just take these young lovers back to town?
I think that's the question.
Not everything has to go through the whole rigmarole. Let's get them back. And actually, that's a night's adventuring, isn't it? If we can get them out of this dungeon, I think that's a job well done. And, we can come back later another night and take down the killer beast.
Oh, yeah, we have to sort this mob out. Guarantee that.
So, Gastro's a lockpicker. He's going to try and open their chains.
Would you say this has been a turn? Like you interacting with them?
At least, yeah.
I'll do a D20. No, nothing.
Is it
In the corridor, just in the corridor. That's it.
I guess that's one unlocked. I was going to say that maybe that might have been 2, but I'll give the other one a try as well. DC 15. No.
+9. Still failed. What did you say your name was? The Amazing?
Astounding, actually.
Sorry, my mistake.
Lassa comes down, and she's going to try and break the chains with her bare hands. This will be a strength. No, we'll call it a. No, not because of that. I'm not min-maxing. She's going to use her mighty strength, so she's going to use her athletics to try and snap the chains like she does in her act.
Pain has 10 hit points, can be burst with a successful DC 20 strength check.
So here we go, and I've got the bloke undone, but the woman I haven't been able to pick or to snap.
Hang on, let's see what we've got here. What has Mysterio got? Not much, probably. Rosie. She pokes her head in the door. What's taking so long? I'm having trouble freeing the girl, my dear. I'll make another encounter roll for out here. 16, okay. So she'll come in.
That last will go out.
No, she's going to say at Lassa, together.
Oh.
So she goes, at Lassa, together. So make another strength check with advantage. You do the roll. Oh, yes.
Oh, advantage. 24. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, advantage.
Yes. If it wasn't for you, Rosie, we would still be back in town.
Did that make any noise, but? Yes. So we'll add 1 to the threat level, eh? We get these 2 back out to safety.
I think that's right. Young lovers are free, they're hugging and so forth, and we turn away to give them some privacy. Yeah, I think we make a dash for the exit, by which time I think those guys will be starting to wake up, if they're not already. We're not going to search a prison room, are we?
It says straw and filth. Well, I put straw and filth. There's a pile of dung in the corner that, good God, I have to get out of this room. Hey, old girl, he taps Atalassa on the chins. You can't smell that.
So we put our warriors up front, the lovers in between, and the halflings up the back?
Yeah, I'm going to peek out the door. Oh, well, no.
All right, but too late. It's fine. Come on out. Yep. Sorry, I shouldn't touch your piece.
Oh! 1, 2. Well, we move up to the corner anyway. don't we?
Yeah. That's just a straight, quick move. You're Percepti. You go in the nice Perception side. I'll get.
Oh, I was moving them all together. D20. 13. We're good. Our little halfling friends. I know you won't like this. I'm going to do an oracle, and I'm going to go be with advantage because I reckon they'll have a trouble breaking free. So, are the halflings still there with advantage?
So that's conditional, yes.
Yes. Are they free? No, they're still bound.
But they're awake.
Yeah.
I'd say they're awake and they're struggling in their bonds. No?
No. Is someone else there trying to free them? Yeah. Did they flee when the light come peeking around the corner? So when we come up there, Rosie sees a shadow dart off into 1 to 10 the top corridor, 11 to 20 the bottom corridor. Bottom dart down to the left.
Let's add 1 to the threat level.
Yeah.
For an escaping being.
I don't even know what it was, but it was something. So
yeah.
So that makes that 4 threat level now. We said they were awake, eh?
Yeah.
I'm going to just walk across them. I won't try and hurt him because that's not what Rosie does. Again. Oh!
There it is.
Perfect timing. Something darted off down the corridor.
This is incredible how this plays out, isn't it?
That's great. Corridor encounter. Roll stealth, which I don't think we can get.
We're not going to make it, are we? All 4 of us have to pass.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a fail.
And
then Rosie can do the perception. She's up the front.
I'm pretty sure we did 15 before.
Yeah, it was 15 on the page. Oh, yep. It's very perceptive.
Okay, cool. Okay.
What your elf eyes see, Rosie?
So I'll do a D100.
Oh, that's right. D100 for the
perception success thing. So that's a 17, which is the adventurers see a monster writhing on the ground. A monster writhes on the ground 30 or 40 feet ahead. High is 40. Low 30 feet ahead. Groaning in agony. Well, I reckon it could be anyway.
Well, I'm just going with the story because this is the way that thing darted off.
Yep.
Oh, no. Something moved off down this corridor, but that could be, the groaning thing could be anywhere, couldn't it?
It could be, it could have been hurt by the thing that ran away.
Yeah, it might have been a halfling that ran away. I'm going to roll a D12, 1 to 4, up 5 to 8, and then 11 to 12 down the bottom. Sounds all right, doesn't it?
Yep. Down the bottom.
So there's a groaning thing down here, the same way that shadow run. And 30, 40 feet will put it right in this intersection down here.
Yep. The adventurers may advance and examine it, otherwise they must backtrack. If you decide to advance, roll D20. Well, we could actually go past it. There's a wall of rock between us and it. We could just go make a run for it up the stairs.
Rosie's going to step over to here and say, let's keep going. It's down this way. But she'll be able to see down there to see what it is. What Rosie's going to do, she's going to stand there and go on dodge. So
okay.
That's going to be her action. So in guard, if someone comes near attacks, she's going to be in guard there. If someone comes charging up, she's going to attack them while the rest of the party flees up there.
Do you reckon we can do a dash and we'll get everyone on the other side of the intersection?
Yeah.
But I'll leave him at the back. A dash would get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll leave him there so that we can have the halflings still. Sorry, I moved your piece.
No, that's all right. That's a dash action, is it?
That's a dash action, yeah. I've put my 2 people in behind the married couple just in case things happen behind us. And
Mysterio is going to check the entrance to make sure that there's no more of those bat things. He'll lead them out.
Yep.
Spell at the ready, crackling. I'm going to roll a D20. I know we didn't advance to it, but I'm going to roll a D20 because we're going past it, more or less. Oh, the monster dies alone right before the adventurers. I don't hear any groaning. Whatever it is, just stop moving. I assume Atlas is looking towards her, and Rosie says, "Go, let's go.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper." Because our priority is to get the couple out.
Well, we're within 10 feet of the exit, Brett. I think based on last week's adventure, we've got a 50-50 chance.
Well, we've got to roll one last encounter to get out, haven't we?
Yeah. I think one dash should get us out.
Here it comes. Oh dear.
You're banned for life. What if it's Grendel? What if it's the Bat Creature's mother?
We're through that encounter anyway. Roll stealth, everyone. Rosie.
I'll roll Atlas and...
Wasn't her. I want to know who tripped it. So, yeah, I say to Atlasa, go, and you stumble on the steps.
Ridiculous, small, human-sized steps. Why don't they make steps for real-sized people?
Rosie looks at her and goes, I know, right? Well, I'm going to roll perception for Mysterio the Magnificent. Oh, wow, that's ominous.
Oh, dear God. I've never seen a -1 before.
No, but he rolled 11.
But it's possible to roll -1 in perception. I didn't know.
Well, he's got -2, so he's not very wise. Well, he's old. So he's old. He can't see 10 foot in front of him. All clear up here.
That's the thing.
See page 71 for perception failure. So that's a D20, isn't it? 16 adventurers hear falling rock.
Oh. The roof collapses, stones tumble, dust clouds the air. Choose to leap forward or back the way they came and make a dexterity save. DC 13, okay.
I think Rosie will be outside of that, but Mysterio won't. About the best he's got. No. He trips. Oh, well, he's old. Well, I don't know about these two. They just have commoner stats. Well, that'll be +0, so I'll just do a dex roll for the girl. And for the bloke.
Yep, they're fine.
Out of the way.
I suppose 12, that's... Oh,
well,
failed.
I assume your two characters are in the corridor, so I'm assuming this is more on the staircase.
Well, the roof collapses, stones tumble, dust clouds the air. Choose to leap forward or back. So I think it's happening all around us. I mean, we can either try to go up the stairs or back into the dungeon. And you're saying back, let's go back into the dungeon.
Well, the way I see it is there's a lot more way to go out.
Mm-hmm.
I see we're coming up these stairs. It's an old thing and it's collapsed in front of us, you know. So we've got to find another way out.
Yeah, no, I get it. And that also means that story-wise, we found the first room, solved it, and we're walking out, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. So, no, I think that's good. Lassa takes D4 damage. 3. We're going to regret not having a healer. What's that? 8. And I haven't rolled for the astounding gastro. He's going to do an acrobatics. He's going to do a backflip. Of course, he's safe. He's always safe. So we're jumping back this way. Those guys are okay.
Got to roll. He failed, so I've got to roll a 1d4. 2.
I've run the threat level, so that's 5. Success or fail, the corridor is now blocked with rubble, either before the adventurers, behind them, depending on which way they ran. Bad on the threat level. If the adventurers want to dig through it, make 2 encounter rolls, and you might encounter something. Or we can return to dungeon crawling.
That's a good point to pull up at if you want, but...
Yeah, I think so too.
Nelly got out and finished a quest in one session. We would have.
And I said, oh, look, we're only 10 feet from the exit. There's a 50% chance.
You shouldn't have said that.
No, you shouldn't have fucking rolled 3 fucking ones in a row.
Ah, there's the F-bomb.
Well,
I've been good all night. All night. No, didn't even take. No, none of that. I enjoyed that. That was great. There's mystery afoot.
That's a classic cliffhanger that we've just ended on. You know, you couldn't plan that better. And that's just random. I think that's a nice little bait and switch. We thought we were going to get out, we got them in the first room, but now we've got to keep them safe through an entire dungeon crawl till we find a second way out. We're managing to keep our magic user alive.
We've taken a few knocks. I reckon we could handle one more encounter, and then we'll probably have to take a short rest at the very least. But we've got to find some stuff.
Not the most interesting looking dungeon. I'm just zooming out to.
Oh yeah, I'll zoom out. It's an unusual dungeon, but it'll look better as we fill it out a bit more.
No, I think it's good. That's a good bunch of characters we got there too.
They've gelled really well, really quick, which is good. And I've got to admit, I'm really starting to like Mysterio.
I like both of mine. I like both of yours.
Yeah, I like Rosie.
But look at us. We've got a circus troupe. And that's interesting. It's a whole little theme we've got going on there. I can't wait till we form our first human pyramid.
I'm on top. So anyway, mate, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed tonight. That was really good. Really good. So.
Yeah, no, it was a good game.
Rightio, mate. I'm going. So we'll catch you next time.
Yeah. See you later, mate. Bye-bye.
Cheerio.